All right, so first thing first, this section is going to be mainly about the pathophysiology. You're going to be talking about cycle, what a cycle is, duration, and then some abnormal trend that needs to be looked into when it comes to cycles and stuff. So cycle 21 to 40 days. So you're going to have the first day of one period to the first day of the next one. One of the misconception or the things that one of the things that I used to think before, which is really fucked up coming for me, is I used to think like, hey, you're gonna be bleeding like for 21 or maybe 40 days, which doesn't make any sense as I'm thinking about it now. Because if somebody's actively losing blood within this time frame every single month, it would have been dead at some point or something else. But it's just like now I'm understanding like there's a cycle, right? But there's a duration within the cycle when the bleeding actually does occur, which is from 2 to 8 days. Pretty important to not get the shit messed up. I really don't know how I got it messed up before, but it's just like that's what I used to think. And when it comes to the bleeding, right? So the bleeding, there's like different patterns that you need to be in the lookout for as well. But main thing when it comes to the bleeding, though, so it's like you shouldn't be losing. Well, it's let's say there is a range. It's like from 40 cc to like 100 cc, but you shouldn't be like losing more than 100 cc because that will be a problem, and you shouldn't have maybe like less than 40 cc. That also will be a problem. It's something that they need to look into because you're gonna have abnormal patterns such as like metrorrhagia. So it's pretty much like gonna be like spot in between. So it's not gonna be linear. So you're gonna have like some small amount of blood right now, small amount of blood. You're gonna change your pad, and then blood, change your pad, but it's not gonna be like regular, or it's not gonna come as I'll say it should normally come, or as expected. And then we're gonna have menorrhagia, right? So which is pretty much like you're bleeding a lot, way much more than 100 cc, and then you have to change your pad more frequently because you're bleeding a lot and your pad are being saturated. And you're gonna have what else? What's that? Amenorrhagia. But when it comes to this though, so there's like two main types. There's like the primary amenorrhagia, which is gonna be like the genetic related one. So 15 to 16, you still don't have your period, so it can be genetic related. And then there's the other one when you used to have your period regularly, right? And then you spend like 2 months without having it. So which is also one type of amenorrhagia that also needs to be looked into. So yeah.